we have to identify the locations of any discontinuities of the given function, and at first we're gonna simplify it so that equals x minus 1, and in the denominator we can take out the common factor, which is x, and multiply by x plus 1, and therefore the function is not defined at the points x equals 0 and x equals -1. So the points of discontinuities are x equals 0 and x equals -1. So at first we're going to analyze the left and right hand limits at x equals 0. So left hand limit equals limit as x approaches 0 from the left side of f of x, and therefore we get limit as x approaches 0 minus of 1 over x times limit as x approaches 0 of x minus 1 over x plus 1. So we know that if we substitute in this limit x by 0 minus, we get negative infinity, and this limit is x approaches 0 of x minus 1 over x plus 1 equals -1. So we get that we multiply negative infinity by -1, therefore we get infinity. Now we're going to find the right hand limit, that limit as x approaches 0 plus of f of x, and we get limit as x approaches 0 plus of 1 over x times limit as x approaches 0 of x minus 1 over x plus 1. So this limit equals infinity because we divide 1 by 0 positive, and this limit equals -1, so multiply infinity by -1 and we get negative infinity. So neither limits exist, so our function has discontinuity of the second kind, so that's essential discontinuity at x equals 0. And now we're going to analyze the discontinuity at x equals -1. So that's left hand limit equals limit as x approaches -1 minus of f of x, and we can rewrite this as limit as x approaches -1 minus of 1 over x plus 1 times limit as x approaches 1 of x minus 1 over x. So we know that limit, we're going to find that limit as x approaches 1 of x minus 1 over x equals 2. And if we substitute x by -1 minus in the first limit, we get infinity. So when we multiply infinity by 2, we get just infinity. Oh, sorry, here we have negative infinity. So that's going to be negative infinity. And now we're going to find the right hand limit. That's going to be approach -1 from the right side. And therefore we get that our first limit equals infinity and second limit equals 2. And therefore our answer is infinity. So neither limits exist, so our function has discontinuity of the second kind. That's essential discontinuity at x equals -1. So points of discontinuity are x equals 0 and x equals -1, and both are discontinuities of the second kind, essential discontinuities.